Factories were run for profit. They were important because they allowed larger quantities of goods to be made in one place, which saved money on transportation. The first factory was built by Richard Arkwright in Cromford near Derby in 1769. The creation of the factory changed Great Britain because no one had ever seen anything like this before. The factory system allowed more people to find work. The majority of the workforce were essentially unskilled. They had their own job working in a certain amount of hours, whereas those in the domestic system could work their own hours and enjoyed a degree of flexibility. Those in the factories were governed by a clock and rules. The conditions in factories were terrible during the Industrial Revolution. As factories were being built, businesses needed more workers. With a long line of people willing to work, employers could set wages as low as they wanted, knowing people wanted to get hired. The wages were unfair, with men receiving 10 to 15 shillings a week, women receiving 5 shillings per week, and children with only 1 shilling per week. The domestic system mainly consisted of manufacturing products at home or in small workshops where families worked together to make products. Children often worked alongside their parents and sometimes even pets. Although few products were created, they were superior, making it less hazardous to the workers. They had their freedom to choose their own working hours and to take breaks whenever they wanted. In the early years of the Industrial Revolution, factories with water wheels were built along rivers so the large machinery in the factories could be powered. Some of these inventions were the spinning jenny, Richard Arkwright's water frame, and Samuel Crompton's spinning mule. The textile industry was the first to adopt the style of large machinery in workhouses. These new types of factories brought much success to the industry because they sped up the process of using hands. However, working conditions deteriorated severely because the workers' environment changed from a friendly home space to a factory controlled by cruel bosses. Long hours, strict rules, and regulated breaks were drastic changes from the lifestyle of the peasants. Nevertheless, children suffered more because they were forced to work in awful, dirty, cramped conditions since they were small and easily expendable. Kids from orphanages were used to work long hours for lower wages than adults. They were used to mine in small holes for coal and to crawl into machines to fix them. The first law protecting children working in the mines and factories at such a young age was the Factory Act, that stated children under 9 couldn't work in factories. Also, there were no uniforms or safety measures protecting those working in the factories. Overall, the Industrial Revolution boosted Britain's economy, decreased the pressure of finding money, and brought people together. However, there were many downsides, including the dangerous factory life.